Beer drink shouty. Who might you be? Today's video is going to be a non-conventional video of what I normally do. It's not about an MMA event. It's not an MMA vlog. It's not a skit. It's not a sketch. There's nothing funny about it. However, today, I don't know, I just felt the need to go on to Google and look up UFO sightings. And if some of you remember me from the In the Weeds YouTube channel, I had an idea to do a short film on UFO and interview, say, 10 or 20 people to see how many people out of that amount actually believe in UFO and UFO phenomena. UFOs, in my opinion, do exist because they are exactly what they are called, unidentified flying objects. March 8th, 2009, me and my brother encountered our very first UFO. Just so you know, I always believed in them up until that point. But it was funny how it happened. Like, he pretty much called me. I came over, and he didn't even say, he didn't tag it as a UFO or a space object or anything. He was like, yo, what is that right there? Because he was letting out his dog. And I'm like, yo, it's like a bright light, until I saw these little white shits coming out of it. The way it is, I'm not going to get through the whole story because that would take longer, and I know I get super excited and try to get all in detail with everything that we saw that day. However, I put the report on different websites, in which was documented because I reported the site into MUFON. They came out and whatever. UFO do exist. They're exactly what they are, as I said earlier, unidentified flying objects. However, in the UFO, crazy phenomena that people think exist, but some people say don't exist, I've come to realize it is one of those things that where seeing is believing. Because me, I always did believe in UFO beforehand. I always believed in life in other planets. I always believed in alternate universes, parallels, you know, different dimensions. Because I mean, I've had different dimension dreams before. I've had a 4D dream before, and it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not going to get into that because for what it is, I'm not in tune with the scientific speaking, the politically scientific wording in anything of what I would say. However, I know that there is life on other planets. I know that UFO do make themselves present and visible to humans here on Earth. And it's a beautiful, crazy thing. Like I said, seeing is believing. Because like I said, I always believed in life in other planets. But then the first time when he called me over there and I saw it, I looked up and I saw it. And as you can see in the report, we ended up seeing it zoom off at a crazy weird angle, at a crazy speed until it disappeared into nothing. Plane went across, boom, zoom right back down. People don't believe in UFO because everyone hasn't had the pleasure, the luck of actually seeing one with their own eyes. But as soon as you see that, you know that everything is like these shits do exist. And like I said, when I saw it, it was just like an insane type feeling. And I talked about it for at least a couple months before it finally went to the back of my head and just whatever. But my thing with UFO and truthfully even paranormal activity, like apparitions and whatever you call them, it is, as I've said 20 million times, it's like seeing is believing. But at the same time, it's like your mind is set to automatically believe in God and positive energy and angels but then the same Christians and the same people that will believe in God and believe in, oh, send an angel down to bless me for this and that, they won't believe in people that have evil embedded inside of their hearts that try to make things harder for them, and evils, and even Satan the devil. Like, people will believe in God, but then won't believe that bad things happen for a reason. Like, it'll be a thing like this. Like, I've gotten into arguments with friends and shit about people that do this crazy, insane shit. Like, off the head, what's the shit? The Dark Knight Massacre. Like, that's one. Just anything that's just out of the ordinary, just not normal for a human to even do. Even a Jeffrey, like, you can go back as far as in history of anything that's just been, like, a person did something that's just not humane. It's an evil in them. And the way it is, like, I always say, I'm like, nah, the way it is, like, it was the devil in him. It was an evil spirit in him. And then my buddy's like, oh, yeah, right, yeah, it was an evil spirit. I'm like, okay, so you don't believe in, okay, you can say you don't believe in ghosts, because ghosts has been commercialized as far as in movies and everything, of saying that, oh, someone dies, they're just going to come back all the time. The way it is, ghosts are nothing but spirits. You're a spirit. There's a light inside of everyone, how I believe. And my thing is like, when people do these crazy, insane things, like, especially like harming animals, harming people, kids, in a fucked up, retard, crazy fashion, it's not humane. Me, I have a daughter, but even before I even had Elise, you know what I'm saying, she's 7 years old, I would never ever fucking think of the crazy shit that is going on nowadays on the news and all this crazy bullshit that's going on. And as soon as you put it towards a light of not walking around speaking and touching here on earth, as soon as you put it to, as soon as you try to steer someone in the direction of knowing that something inside of them, something possessed them to do crazy things like that. It's not people, oh, what possessed you to do that? Oh, what possessed you to buy a fucking Audi 900? It's 2012. What possessed you to buy a fucking Jeep? They're good on gas, but what possessed you to buy a fucking huge-ass SUV station bullshit fag wagon? They're using the word possess in the right context, but at the same time in the wrong context. Because the way it is, when something possesses you to do something, it is something that hops inside of you. It's an energy that hops inside of you that disallows you to do what you would normally do. It takes over your movements, it takes over your thoughts, and it possesses you. And the way it is like, people don't understand that UFO could be, yes, unidentified flying objects, and at the same time, I believe that it's a mixture. I think that there are objects flying around. They could be big fucking spacecrafts flying around with fucking paranormal or fucking alien operating them. But at the same time, it could be fucking spirits flying around. You know what I'm saying? And just making themselves seen. Any of you motherfuckers that will say that all these sightings are water balloons, they're satellites, they're computer generated. Any of you motherfuckers, the day or the night that you see something up in the sky and you see that it moves at a crazy fucking rate, a crazy fucking speed, fucking hitting angles like fucking there's no way we could do that, you'll believe it, you'll understand it, and truthfully, you will start to think more about every fucking thing that you've ever discredited or just doubted in your entire life that could be true. Like I said, I believed in UFO, and my girlfriend believes in apparitions and ghosts and but after the first time I saw a UFO, saw how it moved around, saw how it disappeared, came right back, it made me question all of my other thoughts and ideas as far as these apparitions and these ghosts. I believe that they exist as well, because they could be all in the same. We lived in an apartment in Canton, Georgia, while she was pregnant, and she was going down the spiral staircase, and she heard, "Wait for me," and it was a female voice. It was a little girl voice that she said. I didn't hear it because I was asleep. She was going down getting water. And I just shook it out. Oh, yeah, whatever, whatever. But then, for what it was, we lived in a loft in which was a cotton mill, and then it was some other type of mill. And they had a crazy explosion at the mill in like the 1940s or 1950s. It was back when, like I said, I'll get the fucking actual knowledge on it. And posted all around the apartment complex, and like the halls and things were photos and pictures, like not reprints, real pictures of people and past workers that lived in that exact same building, and then it ended up being a loft. For what it is don't discredit, don't see something on television, even though it's on television, you can't really believe anything in that. But go with what's in your head, go what's right here. And UFOs do exist. The first time you see a UFO, you will understand that they exist because you get a weird fucking feeling. You get your adrenaline starts pumping. You get excited. And for at least a couple days, that's all you could think about. And that's what the representative from MUFON, Georgia, I won't say his name, he told me straight up. And it was actually a good thing in what he said. He was like, for what it is, I'm a Christian man, and for what it is God being so loving, and he gives us all this here on the planet, you know, all these beautiful sights. We can move around, do whatever we want, whatever. Everything's beautiful. We have all this life here. God being in such a loving God, why would he stop here? That makes a lot of sense. Seeing is believing, and UFO do exist. Beer drink shawty. Understand the facts. Yeah, I'm drinking, so what? I wasn't drinking that night I saw the UFO. Damn.